Thank you for staying with us. Inflation tops the list of the 5 most pressing issues for businesses, going by the Nielsen Company's Business Confidence Index. While official data suggests that the rate of inflation is still in single digits, the biz community begs to differ. Some 88% of business people polled by Nielsen say that inflation is their most serious concern today, by far. And this is one of the main reasons that the BCI is heading down. It fell 20 points in June, and news of record profits from the blue chips failed to prop biz confidence. And biz confidence was also affected by industrial action over the now withdrawn pension bill. Here's Benchmark's Anushan Selvaraja with some interesting insights.
Welcome to the Voice of Business. The Managing Director of the Nielsen Company, Shaheen Khadr, joins us this week with his views on inflation and business confidence. So tell us, Shaheen, is inflation on the up or down, or has it stabilized? The official data suggests that the rate of inflation is still in single digits, but the people and the business community seem to be saying that costs are skyrocketing, right? What's going on?
Yeah, I think actually if you look at the Colombo Consumer Price Index, it has come down in June, marginally compared to May. So it means that prices have come down. A lot of it is due to meat and vegetable prices coming down. See, one has to remember that Sri Lanka, as much as 40% of household income goes on food and beverages. This compares with just 15% in a country like the United States. So therefore, even a small percentage increase in cost of food and beverages does result in consumers, drastically cutting down or getting agitated about inflation. And therefore, it can also lead to situations where they will pressurize employers for substantial salary increases and things like that.
Now, how come the good news that continues to flow from our business houses? Well, for example, the announcement of record profits, especially from the blue chips, hasn't propped business confidence this time around?
I think there is a lack of business opportunities for the business sector here. If you take blue chips, for instance, they have their investments, over the last 1 year, last 1.5 years, especially dividends reach from the Peace, their business in the north and the east, tourism. They've also invested in the stock market, perhaps, and they've got substantial dividends as a result of that. And I think these are, however, one-off returns. Sustainability is where one has to sort of look at for business confidence to improve. Similarly, with small investors, it is even more compounded, I would say. They are struggling to look at profitable avenues for investment, I think. And you can see that even in the banking sector, there is a surplus of funds. So the banks are finding it difficult to lend for business borrowing purposes. How
badly is confidence being affected by industrial action over the now withdrawn pensions bill?
I think any industrial action affects business confidence. Action by the garment sector, I think, would have definitely shaken the confidence of investors. I mean, we can't get away from this. Thankfully, the protest was more or less about the pension bill and not any other issues. So hopefully it will die down. And we should not expect any repeat of this going forward.
We are saying in LMD that the prevailing political culture is also playing a part in undermining business sentiment. Where do you stand on this, Shaheen?
I think the current government is having plans to sort of get private sector involvement and private sector partnerships for greater investments. And it is essential to get private sector investment to drive an economy with an 8% growth rate. And so this is being looked at, but for issues, I think maybe the lack of vision perhaps, or lack of investment opportunity is not happening as fast as the government would like it to happen, but I'm sure it will happen in the medium term. One has to also look at, there are some public sector organizations that are being run like private enterprises. They're being run very well. But at the same time, there are others which are being very inefficiently managed. I mean, even today we have allegations that CPC has not been supplying a good quality petrol. And so this is something that, it affects the whole economy as such. And a private sector working culture needs to be brought into these organizations.
That was Shaheen Khadr speaking to Benchmark's Anushan Selvaraja. Thank you for watching our show. Do join us again next week at the same time.